Hello, good evening everyone. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
audible.
Okay. There are only few students here. There are only 30 students. Usually there are around 100, right? 100, 150 and all.
Actually, sir, in upcoming Sunday, there is an exam
Yeah.
of a stats 2. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, right. There's a exam on Sunday. So, you're preparing for other subjects, is it?
Yes, sir. I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, maybe you wouldn't have gone through
I have a
the.
query. Sir, is it in OPP 2?
Yeah.
The questions will be like previously that is asked in the OPP 1, just like that. I mean, is it
Yeah.
different from the all the questions that is in PPA or GRPA, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it is something similar to that. I mean, it is just same questions as it is in GRPA or PPA.
Now,
Actually, sir,
no, you will not get the same questions as in like GRP or PPA. Okay. It will be like the OPP one. You'll get mostly new questions. Okay.
sir,
Last
but
time you got completely new questions, right? But this time you might get one question which you would have seen in like PPA or GRP. Okay. But that too that's not like mandatory, right? You might get entirely new questions. Okay.
sir,
So, how
actually,
many
sir,
questions will be there?
Yeah, it will be the same. It will be the same four questions like last time.
Okay.
You need to solve.
actually,
Sir, more weightage should be given to dictionary and file handling, I think.
See, there won't be many questions on file handling. Okay, except for a few. Okay, mostly, yeah, file hand questions might be there. Okay, but it's not like more weightage will be given to that. Okay.
uh,
And
sir,
sir,
I have a
classes
request.
classes questions are also asked.
Yeah. Class questions are also in class questions. Yeah.
Sir, actually, sir, I have a request. Sir, please make questions easier because working professionals are get benefit because they are experienced and they know how to code in Python. But for beginners, I think it is not so easy. So to code in 1 hour and thinking like that, the difficulty level of that questions. So I just request you to please make questions easy.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
for
Sir,
previous
Make
batches,
questions
sir,
easy,
one
sir,
request, sir.
please.
I understand, sir. Sir, can you please try to solve that question, sir? That Antakshi problem, sir. I tried a lot. Okay, it's coming. I think.
Okay.
Can you
Mock
please
Okay.
test
try to solve
question.
that problem, sir?
Okay. I'll solve that. Before that, how many of you have gone through the week 11 content? I just want to know. Week 11 content. How many of you have gone through it?
No, sir. At least I'm not.
so I couldn't go through
No,
because
sir.
of
I
the
also
study.
don't.
No,
Same
sir.
here.
Yes,
We are
sir.
preparing for
No,
Also,
no,
Yeah,
sir.
both
sir.
the
That's
That's
batch.
true,
one.
sir.
One
We
Focusing
have,
on
Okay.
stats
we have
two.
Timing
quiz,
is
sir. We
very
have
bad,
quiz.
sir. This time, sir.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have
got
quiz
it.
on
I
content,
got
sir.
it.
First time
And
was not different. This time also bad.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. So, okay. So what we will
So
do
we
is,
are done with week 10 basically.
yeah. I got it. Okay. So I won't discuss the week 11. So basically, yeah, we will solve your questions. Whatever questions you had like previously, right? We'll solve that maybe. And if you have questions on week 10 GRPS, maybe we'll solve that. Okay. Yeah. So the Antakshara question, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the OPP, can you tell me the exact weightage of which week is for the questions?
There is nothing like specific week you'll have this much weightage and all. Okay. But the important thing is if you look at it until week four, that's kind of like basics, right?
Yeah.
And until week four, it's only listened, all right? So
Like,
week
sir,
five,
you said like class question will be given. So one question will from week 10. And can you tell me how the questions will vary from week to week?
see one thing you could expect is that you could see since until week five it's only basics, right? Until week five you looked at only the lists and functions, right?
Yes,
the
yes.
for loops and all. So until week five, until week five, the concepts will be there. Maybe mostly there might not be like specific questions just from week five. Okay, just from until week five. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yes, sir.
whatever questions that you might be getting, that requires all the concepts from the previous weeks. Okay, even that's how the entire Python is. Okay, even in the later weeks, even in the file handling and other parts, right? You still need the dictionaries and all. Okay, so the concepts of dictionaries, that's really important. Dictionaries and tuples. Okay, and the recursion is important. Okay, the file handling, I wouldn't say that it's like too much important, because many of you are facing difficulty with doing it, right? Because some will be doing it using with pandas and all, and because of the extra slash and something else, right? You like, though your idea is correct, you're still not able to pass some test cases. That's what we got from weekend. Okay.
So these pandas and these like NumPy and Matplotlib import
No,
maths function, all
yeah,
these things would be there in or not in
no,
OPPT2?
no, all those things are there. Okay.
Okay.
The pandas,
Including
numpy,
pandas would also be not there.
no, pandas, numpy, matplotlib, all the species are not there.
Sir,
You mean that, sir, this won't be work, right, on the portal, these
What?
libraries?
Can you repeat?
the paper was very similar to that GRPS and etc. Sir, why this time only the new introduced was difficult to solve the program?
See, the one thing I would say is, if you look at, the questions are not too difficult, right? Like,
Yeah, too.
since
Yeah, sir.
since since you are seeing those questions like newly, right? That might appear like a difficult problem, because you're seeing it for the first time. But if you actually try to solve it, the number of lines of code and the logic behind it, that's not too difficult. If you look at
Yeah,
it, even some of the GRPF problems are far difficult than the OPP one works, I would say.
yeah, sir.
But
It is
sir,
easy. It is easy
So,
when we are seeing what, sir. But at a time we are suddenly seeing that time is consuming more, sir. When
But sir,
the in the exam. Yeah.
you must appreciate the fact that most of us are first time programmers. Like this course is covering such a wide mass, like from first time programmer to experienced people, that we need to strike a balance, sir.
So actually issue what is also another is happening is that we are trying to solve it. Some part we are making it very correctly, and in somehow some part we are not able to apply the logic. So in that way also, if the test cases are also running, the whole answer is a wrong answer. So that is also creating a problem, I feel, because since we are the first time programmer, so ultimately in many cases what happened is in the first OPA exam, I have not done 2-3 problems. But later on I can able to solve it. But that is of no use actually, because within a span of 1 hour, I have to complete all this.
yeah. Okay. So the only thing we could do is like, one thing I will say is, practice all the problems, GRP and PPA, from the existing portal. Okay, from the existing portal. Sorry, Ahmad, we might not be able to increase the time. Okay.
But
See,
for GRPS, sir, especially in case we cannot remove the code also because it is already locked. So again, there is a problem because in the background, many problem, yeah, there are some predefined prefix code like that it is given. So again, it's difficult for us to do the whole programming in other means.
The only point is that, sir, you should concern the first time programmers. You should consider the concerns of first time programmers, sir.
yeah, okay. Okay,
Sir,
we'll do
sir,
that. Okay. So we'll try to incorporate this. Yeah, we'll try to make it a bit easier. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
One thing. Do you
Sir,
have
can you
any?
kindly increase your mic volume, sir? It was somewhat
Sir,
little low.
it's very low, sir. Your mic volume is very low.
Is it like very low? Very
No,
low?
no. That is fine.
No,
Now
when
it
you are
is fine.
moving, mic is near, but it was good, sir. Before it was very low.
Okay. I'll try to
Excuse me,
speak
sir.
Sir, do
more
you?
loudly. Yeah.
So can we expect the questions mainly from week 8 to 11?
See, it's not like you'll be expecting from week 8 to 11 and all. If you look at it in the week 11, if you've gone through the content, there is no new content. I would say new content in the sense like whatever you have learned from the previous weeks now, that's it, the same thing you'll be doing it here in the week 11. But the thing is, you'll be doing it different way. That's it. Okay, different way. Whatever you learned until week 10, those concepts will be sufficient for you to solve the OPP2 entirely.
Okay.
No, sir, whether
Only
One
week
yeah,
10,
more
sir.
thing.
yeah,
One more
please.
thing.
Yeah.
Please, can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So like the recursion questions were there for some of the things, like we can't able to understand the like how to use it, like return the recursive part. So can in these kinds of question, if we can use the previous concepts, or it's only use recursion only in this particular concept? Oh, sorry, in the question. Is there
Even
something
with
in the
recursion question, you have to use recursive basically.
no, like some
It
questions
won't
are
it
like
won't accept
Correct.
okay.
Like
when you
when they
write the
ask,
code now without the recursive function. It says that the function is not recursive, so it will not be
Yeah, it
accepted,
it was saying in the
I guess.
GRPS. That's why I was asking this thing.
like
It
when
will
they
also
say,
happen in OPP or
yeah, in the OP also, if they specifically ask you to write the recursive
Might be.
function, then you should be writing the recursive function.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you cannot solve it other way. Okay.
Sir, I have a query here, sir.
Sir, there are
From
flexibility
I have a query here, sir. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Sir,
But sir, there should be a
from whom I
flexibility.
have a query. So I have a parent class and a child class.
You have a class now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I have
Okay.
three nodes, sir. Parent class and child class. So I have defined both. So I have attributes in the parent class and also attributes, additional attributes in the child class.
Sorry, I
So
can
in
repeat.
yeah,
You have defined a class.
Yes, I have defined a parent class. I have some attributes.
Okay.
In the constructor, I'm having, let's say, 4
Okay.
or something. And in the child class also, I have additional attributes.
Okay.
Let's say another 4.
Okay.
So if I want to make use of this inheritance line, so in the constructor of the child class, constructor of the child class, should I use should I include all the parent class attributes also before I use a super for init?
The thing is, you in the constructor of a child class, right? You should call the constructor of the parent class and pass the arguments whichever are required for the constructor of parent class. Okay.
Yes, sir. But do I have to include in the unit of child class all the attributes of parent class also?
See, when you mention like include, that should be included as arguments. Okay, as arguments, not as attributes. Okay, the attributes whichever are there for parent class, they will anyway be like imported, like they'll anyway exist in the child class. Okay, so you need not define those attributes again, but what you should do is in the argument, right, in the constructor function argument, no, you should pass those parent attributes values also. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So let's say I'm instantiate one child class. So
So,
when I
okay, so suppose let's say like, okay, let me give some example.
Can you give an example? So this is
Yeah, okay. So I'll just write a code, okay, and then I'll give an example. Let's say like you have a car, okay? You have a car, okay? Give me a second. I'll just share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have a class named car, okay? And then here what you have? We have a Some attributes, name, and then maybe like year of manufacture. Okay, that's it. Maybe. Okay, so here, what do? You have this self dot name equals to name, and self dot year equals to year. Okay, and I'll just define like another method, just like print info or something. It won't accept any parameters. Okay, so now let me have this more class, which is sports car or something. Okay, sports car, and then this will have like for this normal general car is a parent class. Okay, so when I'm defining a constructor for this, so I have self, and then I need to have name there also. Okay, and in addition to that, let's say like I'll have some other attributes like brand, and then maybe like speed or something. Okay, so now I need to call the super. Okay, I need to call super, and then I need to pass its name comma here. Okay, I need to pass this too. And now for this and the remaining both we have, right, like speed and the brand, which are just specific to the child. I just need to pass those. Okay, I just need to pass only those to the sports car. Okay, this name and here, these are this parent class attributes, right? And I need not define those again here. Okay, clear? This
Yes, I
is
got it, sir. Got it. But one doubt is like, let's say this I got it, sir. Now, let's say I will not have name and year in the init that is constructor in the child
Yeah,
class.
you do not have it here.
I will not have it here. But when I want to instantiate one sports car class, pass the 4 parameters. First to do, I want to pick up from the parent and sell the next 2 from child. Can that work? Like now, can you come out of the class and instantiate the sports car class?
Okay, first thing is okay.
Here it will be yes. So let's say we are doing
something like sports one or something. Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are saying sports car and we are giving 4 values because obviously name and year I want.
You are giving 4 values.
Yes, sir. Because I want the name and year to come from the parent class.
If I give 4 values, then I should mention those here.
Will it give an error? It will give an error, is it?
Yeah. Because the constructor of we should pass the arguments which are like accepted here, right?
No, sir. I'm saying name and year will be removed from the
name and year. You won't give it here.
I'll be giving it in the constructor, but I will not be okay. If you
want to give it here, is it?
Yes, sir. No, not there. Okay. Let's say we are removing name and year from the constructor, the child class, only brand and speed.
You are you taking name and year for the constructor of the child class or not?
No, I want that to be inherited.
You don't want it here, right?
Yes, I don't want there. I want it to be passed from the parent class. Now we come to
you want it to pass to the parent class.
Yeah, from the parent class I want.
So for parent class you want you want to initialize a object.
No, I don't want to initialize for parent class. Only child class I want to initialize.
See, if you are going to initialize for a child object, right? And then for the parent class, it accepts it needs just two attributes, right? Name and year. Then for the constructor of this parent class, you need to pass those values. Okay, you need to pass those values either by user or by the user.
Okay, that's what. So here we have to hard code and write some. How to do that, sir? How to do that now?
If you're not accepting from the user here, you can just pass it by user. Like let's say like name is something like BMW or something.
Yes, sir.
Okay. BMW, and the year is 2012 or something. Okay.
Now
then
come to
brand and speed, whatever you're having it here, right? Okay. That will be that will be taken from the user. Now here what you can do is
only brand and year, right?
Huh?
Only brand and year we can give now.
Yeah. So brand again I just mentioned BMW. No, the brand and speed we should be giving. The speed I'll just mention like.
Sir, why cannot we give name and year, sir, in sports?
We can give also.
By not mentioning there, sir. By not mentioning there, why cannot we give here?
So before making the change, now
you want to give it here, is it?
Yeah, sir. By giving name and year there.
No, but you're calling a function, so we don't call the variable name. We pass the values over here.
So one thing I want to ask here. So in line number 14 and 15, how do we decide that what parameters should we take?
What parameters?
Should we take here?
Can we close
it? Depends on your particular scenario.
Sir, if we now execute sports1.printinfo, will it execute? Erase the name and the year from the child class. Can we call sports1.printinfo and get the name and year? Is it possible, right? It will print, right?
Yeah. But the problem is here you should pass some names. BMW.
Yes, sir. So now after doing this, just 1 minute. After doing this, if I now call sports1.printinfo, I would be getting BMW and 2021 right? Okay. But I need to
whatever methods you have from parent class, right? All those will be imported to the child class.
Okay. But the main thing is we have to pass the values. We cannot accept from the user, right? That's the main thing.
See, that's like up to you whether you want to do it by user or like you want to accept it from the user. It's up to you. Okay, in this particular scenario, generally we accept from the user, right? We accept from the user, and then whatever we accept from the user, right? We just pass it to the constructor of the parent class. Okay, here also. Then since it accepts like 4 parameters, now I need to give more.
No, if I don't want to accept from the user, then I have to give the value, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, same
default.
If you those parameters one way or the other, you should be passing those.
Okay.
Either by the user or by user, we should be passing those. Okay.
So in both the lines, so in line number 14 and 15, we are changing the parameters every time. Like I want to know what's the exact significance of using some particular parameters. What does it do?
What does this name here, brand and
sometimes we can take here car also, like sports car.
Yeah. See,
and sometimes you're taking it from the parent class. The parameters are from parent class, and sometimes it's from the subclass.
Right.
How to decide, sir?
See, if you're already having the parent class, right? And then let's say like you want to define this child class, okay? You want to define the child class. Since we already have the parent class, we whatever parameters that were there for the parent class, right? Those are like required, okay? Those are like required. We should be passing it either by ourselves or from the user, okay? And on top of it, whatever attributes you want to have for the child class, you can add it here, okay? In this particular scenario, I added this brand and speed. Those are the 2 parameters, okay?
So, sir, in the init function, we can have this self name year. The parameters should from parent class also should be taken compulsorily, and the things we want to discover in this subclass like brand and speed that should be there.
Yeah. right?
And so in the constructor also we can change the things like name, year, and sometimes you are taking a particular name, a particular year or speed. You are changing these things. How to do like what is the significance of this?
What is significance of like changing the year name and all that stuff you're asking?
Yes, sir.
That's
So
a
in
question.
parent.
See that let's say like you're having a vector. Okay? You're having a vector. In this particular scenario, it just scores correct. Let's say like you're having a vector in this particular in that particular scenario. How do you define a vector? You define a vector based on if it's a 2D vector, right? You define it based on the x and y, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So
Yes.
those are the compulsory attributes which are like required to define that particular vector, right? Similarly, in our particular scenario, when I'm saying I'm having sports car, I need to have these values to define it. Okay, without those, I will not be able to define it. Okay, that's a requirement of like having these attributes. Like those are like compulsory for us to do anything using those values. Like whatever we do later on, right? Whatever we do later on, it will be based on these extra attributes. And then like whatever we ask, we are specific to like a particular method. Generally, we won't ask for anything, right? Like let's say like we
So
have
where
this.
these two attributes, name and year, are used.
In this particular scenario, we might not use it, or like we might use it. I'm just doing it for a demonstration. Okay, like generally when we define a class, we will be having those attributes by having the back of mind such that okay, we will use it somewhere. We will use somewhere along the what do you say the class. Okay, let's say like I want to define cost of it. Okay, I want to define cost. That's one particular method. Okay, and then now what I will do is if self dot name equals to BMW. Okay, if self dot, I'll just have it cost here. No, not cost. Maybe like something like money or something. Money equals 0. Okay, if self dot name equals to BMW, then I will increase this money by money plus equals to. Okay, let's select 2. Okay, here 2 means 2 crores. Okay, 2 means 2 crores. Okay, now you could see that I am using the name here. I am using the name of sports car, and then like let's say like elif self dot name equals to something like Audi. Okay, if it is Audi, and then I'll have money plus equals to 1. Okay, 1 or like 1.5. Okay, I'm using the parameters. I'm using the attributes. Similarly, I can use the year also, right? Based on the year of manufacture, the cost of the car also will vary, right? Okay, so based on that, if the money plus equals to 2022 minus year star 0.1 or something. Okay, like self protein. Okay. So now, based on whether the car is BMW or Audi, my cost will be decided. Okay, my cost will be decided, and then based on the year of manufacture also, my cost will be decided, right? Clear? We are using the parameters name, year. Okay, is it clear?
What is this line number 25? What are we?
Hello, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, sir.
See, whenever we are defining a class, we will define it by thinking that we will be using it somewhere else, right? If you're not using it, you can just omit it also. You can just omit those parameters. Okay.
So one thing. So this line number 25, what does it infers?
What does it do?
Yeah. What
This basically means, let's say, okay. Maybe we should be doing it in the opposite of this. Money minus plus. Yeah, instead of plus, we'll do it like minus, because if the let's say like my car is manufactured on 2012, right? 2012. That means 2012 means it's already been like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's already been 10 years. Okay. If it has been 10 years, then the cost of my car should reduce, right? So that's why 2022 minus 2012, which will be equal to 10. 10 into 0.1 is 1. So my total cost will reduce by one value. Okay.
What's the name of car? BMW and Audi both are not. Then it will be return some negative value.
Yeah. So let's say like we can just write like the normal case scenario. Else money equals to 1 or something. Okay.
Sir, if it is
General case.
if it is 0.1 after 10 years, it will be 0, no?
Yeah, what?
Sir, if it is
Your voice is echoing.
Sir, once you mute all.
See,
Sir,
I'm just doing it for a demonstration, okay? Like I just did it just to show that we will be using BMW, the name and year in some way. In some way. In this particular scenario, I'm just calculating the cost of the car after some particular years. Yes,
sir,
sir.
after 10 years, it will become negative value, no? After 10 years, it will become a negative value.
Please mute your mic.
Right. So
You have logged in two devices.
Yeah, then what we can do is we just return like maximum of money comma 0.
What does it mean?
We can return maximum of money comma 0, which basically means in the case of when your money is like negative, right? You cannot sell your car for a negative value, no? That's why what I'll have is the base price I'll have it like 0.1 or something. Okay.
Sir, what does that mean?
There's echo from parents.
Yes, sir. Once you mute all, then it will be gone.
I think the person who is speaking has logged in two devices. Yes.
No, not like that. Once you mute all, sir, it will go. Echo will go.
Okay. So anyway, the point over here is not about this function. The point is I'm utilizing the parameters or the attributes of the sports car and calculating the cost of it. Okay. And then like let's say like on a print sports.
One thing here.
Yeah.
So can you scroll up?
Yeah.
The way in which we are using this def init self name year, I understood this self name year is from the parent class, and the new attributes which are brand and speed, which we are introducing here in this subclass. This line is very much clear. But sir, in this super init the constructor line is taking the name and year from the parent class. So, sir, it is used in the other subclass, but not in the same class. So same subclass. So why are we taking this thing? I am not able to understand about the attributes or the parameters of these particular constructor. Why are we using it here?
Line number 15.
Yes, sir.
Your doubt is line number 15, right? See, okay.
Yeah, yes.
Let's say like in this particular scenario, it's a sports car, right? It's a sports car, and I want to define the object of sports car. Okay. When I want to define a sports car, it is already a car, right? It is already a car. So it is a subclass of car. So basically, whatever parameters the car has, it should also be having. So I should be passing those parameters to the sports car. Okay. And whatever parameters are specific to the parent class from the constructor or from this arguments, I'll have this name and here, right? Those arguments which are specific to the parent class, I'll pass through this super constructor. Okay.
Super constructor is using two attributes from the parent class and which are used later on. Like you are saying.
No, they are used like then there itself.
Super actually, sir, let me tell. This super concept actually, it is used to access the parent class. Okay. Super means it's a parent class. Yeah. Car is a parent class. Sports car is a child class. Okay. from the child class, we are calling the super class. I mean the parent class. That's the super one. Okay. Why do we use this thing? Suppose this is just only one hierarchy. Okay. We might have another child class. Okay. Under sports car, we can have one more child class. So in that case, we use super terminology. That's how it works actually.
Okay.
So one more thing, sir.
Sir, I have one
Which
question,
are
sir.
common?
Sir, I
Which are
have a
common? We
small.
should read.
So in
Sir,
print
I
info
have-
here, I have a small query. So in print info here, in the
Oh,
print
can you
info,
have the print info? The print info, yeah.
yes, sir. Print info. Can I have the brand and speed also in the print info of the parent class? Because anyway, that method is
In the
available in
parent
the.
class, I cannot have brand and speed rate because I did not define it in the arguments.
But why, sir? Because this method is anyway inherited in the child class, right? It will be available,
The
right?
thing is, whatever properties that are there in the child class that need not be there in the parent class, but whatever properties the parent class has, that will be there in the child class.
Okay, if even if you try to call it, will give an error, no?
Yeah.
I think this will
So
error.
it is like let's
Okay.
say like whatever genes your father has, you'll be having, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll be getting some genes from your mother also, right? So all the genes which you have, your father might not have. But whatever genes your father has, you'll have, right?
But I can call this print info from a child class, giving only the name and year, right? I'll not be giving brand and speed.
If you want to print info of this, if you want to print info of the child class, right? Then
No, sir. I don't want to define here. I want to know whether I can call the print info. I'm not going to give all the four. I'll give only the name and brand. Sorry, the parent attributes. So what are that? Name and year, whatever. I'm going to call the from the child class. I'm going to call print info of the parent class.
See, instead of that,
I can call it, right?
Yeah, you can do that. But the thing is, whenever whatever methods that were there in the parent class, those will anyway be existing in the child
Yes,
class.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
even from outside also you can call this, right?
Yes, sir. That's what precisely I was saying that I will not be. I will call only with the two attributes of parent class. But I will be using a child class object to call it. I can do that, right?
Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So
So
sorry
then
to
line
interrupt,
number
but what
31.
is this?
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Engineering that note, so we can call how many cards are in parent call, means we can call all the names of in child cards, right, sir?
Yeah. You can call them and then you can even override them.
Yeah.
So in
What
line
is
number
that max of
31.
money, 0.1?
Yeah, line number 31.
Yeah. So this 2012 and 150 are speeds.
2012 is here and 150 is the speed.
Okay, that's
You see it
here.
here, name.
So we
year,
are using
batch.
different things here to print, like car name and year and car name and speed. How it is so?
No. So the second one is his brand. Okay.
Okay.
So
These
here,
are order,
here, here you could pass it like something like
name, year, brand.
some BMW. What is it? Maybach or something?
This is the order of the parent.
BMW Maybach. Okay, that's the name of the car. Okay, BMW Maybach. That's the name of the car. Okay, and you can think of this brand as BMW. Okay, how it's clear?
Okay, sir. And so one more thing. Excuse. So can you scroll up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this super constructor, can we also use some other things in, like, not from the parent class but from the child class only? Can we use some other attributes also here?
See, the thing is, the parent class, for the parent class, whatever you're passing, those should be the attributes of the parent class, right? If you pass something else, then it might throw an error here.
Okay.
No, sir. She's trying to say, can we access any function also, not like the variable from super, like using super.
We can access the function of the parent class. So at any point of time, we can access the function like the methods of the parent class. Like I did here, I've accessed the print info method. The print info method, it was not there in the child class. If you see, that was there only in the parent class, but I have still accessed it, right?
Okay. So
Sir, can we?
so the things in in this line number 15, the attributes should refer from parent class, Either
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
any function or any name variable.
The attributes, they'll only be the names, right? Attributes
Means
and
I mean the variables.
variables.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
variables.
And so
Sir, can we load two
line number
parent
14,
classes in child, sir?
What?
Sir, can we load two parent classes in child class, sir? Means
I
see, sir.
guess,
Can I guess?
yeah, I guess
How
so.
to load, sir? We cannot separate that super
No,
in,
no,
right,
no.
sir?
One child will have only one parent, right? So I think you can't access other parent class, I think.
How?
I'm
I
not
guess that's one of the
there is a
case.
concept of multiple inheritance, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
I mean,
It's
multiple
called-
inheritance is a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. But from the one child class, you cannot access two classes, right? You have to go in upper class, then you have to call the parent class.
Overall, we
What
can
you're
access
talking about
only
is
one
multiple
parent class in one child.
inheritance.
There is something called order of
We can
inheritance.
have the multiple inheritance for Python. Okay. The way to do it is
So there is an order. There is something called order of. There is something called order of calling of the.
you can actually
it's that you can do. Yes.
you can actually inherit like multiple classes.
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
sir. My main note is that only, sir. When we create, suppose we create two parent classes. When we are including only super int, then which parent class it will called, sir?
I think
Is
that
required.
that specific scenario should
That will be mentioned by the order. You will be separating by comma, right? So you will get the order. There's something
No,
called
no.
order
Sir.
of.
See, suppose we created only one core as a parent class, right, sir? This sports course also will be like a parent class. When we create another child class like sports super core like that, when you include that super int,
Yeah,
then it
see,
will call.
then when you are like, let's say, okay, you're talking about about a class which has a sports car as a
Yeah.
as a parent class, right?
Yeah, sir.
So sport is something. Okay. Then what happens is you can if you for this constructor you should pass name, year, branch, you should pass all this. Okay, I'll just do that one thing. So it's the same thing actually. So here what do you do? Define.
No, sir.
Huh?
Before child class, before child class only we have only two parent classes. Then which in the child class, which parent class will be loaded, sir? Means
So
which
he's
will take?
talking about multiple inheritance, I think. I mean, like
Yeah.
instead
He
of
wants to
just
ask
one
if
argument
we can
passed in the
include both the
class.
parents class in the child class, I guess.
Right.
This is the question.
He's inheriting two classes.
This particular scenario, we need not have like both actually, because when you call for sports car, it calls for it calls for its parent class. Okay, you need not worry about the sports car parent class now. Okay, all you need to worry about is you just need to call this sports car parameters. We just see it here, right? By default,
Suppose we keep sports car, two parent class in child class, which we'll call.
You cannot
We
have
cannot
that.
add.
Not
In
have
this
that
particular scenario,
syntax error will be there, I guess.
In this particular scenario, you will not even have it, because whatever functionalities or whatever methods that were there for car, that will be existing in the sports car itself, right? Why do you need to have it again? Okay.
Yeah. Can you explain line number 28, please? Sorry to interrupt that.
Yeah.
Return max money, comma 0.1. What will be?
This is nothing but like it just compares the value of money, comma 0.1, whichever is maximum, that returns that value. Let's say like the money is 0, 0, comma 0.1, which is maximum 0.1, right? So it will return 0.1. If the value of money is 1, then it will return the maximum 1, comma 0.1 is 1, so it will return 1. Okay.
But sir, why are we comparing with 0.1 just like that?
So this is one of the student has pointed out, like if the year is like very less, then the money could be negative. Just to accommodate
like
that. Yeah.
So what is super doing here?
Super here in this particular scenario?
Yes, sir.
It just call for the constructor of its parent class. That is a sports car.
So can't we just write sports car dot underscore init?
No.
That's
So
not
what can we keep in brackets of super, sir?
what.
What see normally we have not kept anything in this super bracket, right, sir? In bracket of super,
Yeah, yeah.
what will be there, sir? In normally in it we have empty, right, sir? In super bracket, what can be
Mm,
included in it
see, now nothing will be
normally,
included.
sir?
No, normally also.
When we have two parent classes, we can keep some special. I mean that specific parent class in that bracket, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But
Yeah, that
I'm not
No,
against
see, if you are
that was my doubt,
integrating,
sir.
see, what
When
I'm
we have
saying
two
is,
parent classes, see, sir, when we have two parent classes upside, we are calling only one child class in child class.
Yeah.
When we are included two parent class in child class,
Right, right,
then
right.
yeah, that was my
Yeah,
doubt, sir.
yeah. So maybe,
no, no,
right.
you will have an order. There is something called order. You will have to know which.
When we are
Sir, could
order
you
is
scroll
not
up to
included
line
here.
number 6 or 7, sir?
See, let's not just talk about that stuff. Okay, the thing
Sir,
is,
can we move?
all this,
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
this, you can just Google and then like you can just find out for yourself. Okay.
Sir, could you
Yeah,
It's
I
scroll
will
up
do
to
it,
line
sir.
number
Google.
6 or
Leave it.
7?
Actually, sir, it is called, I think, method resolution order. And as Python reads from left to right, so the first one will be, I think, it will be called by child class.
Yeah, see, let's not go for like ideas
Yes,
and
yes,
all.
yes,
The thing
yes.
is, let it be, okay. Let it be. This is the main important takeaway which we should care about is we could do it, okay. We could do the multiple inheritance, okay. And there could be there could be some reason of like why you have the super in the brackets that could take some parameters, okay. That could take some parameters, okay. We just Google it out and then like we can find out,
Yeah,
okay.
sir.
That's
Yeah,
not a big
sir.
deal.
Clarified. Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
could you scroll up to line 6 or 7, sir?
Line number
6 and 7. My question may appear very trivial, sir. Like this, sir. 6 and 7, sir. Like
Yeah.
here, these two attributes are there: self dot name and self dot year. We are defining it, inside the init function. So whether these attributes belong to class or object.
they belong to object.
But in video number 2, Professor Omkar sir has said that if something is written inside the class, like just where you are defining class car, uh, after that if it is written, then it belongs to class, and if we are writing something
When
within
you,
the
when you mean
parenthesis,
like inside the class, you mean something like this.
yes, yes, then only it belongs to class. Otherwise, it belongs to object. Whenever it is
Yeah,
in the
yeah, right,
parenthesis.
right. So here we have defined it inside the constructor, right? So they belong to the class. Sorry, they belong to object.
Okay, so it doesn't. So when it belongs to class object, sir, so can we call it for any other object directly?
See, the thing is, all those value will be when it's like object value, right, or like object parameter, right?
Voice is not
Whatever
clear to me.
values we
Might
have,
be
those
some.
will be
Sir, voice is
specific to
not clear
that
to me.
particular
Might be
object.
might be
Okay,
something wrong on my part. So voice is not clear, sir. Might be something wrong on my part.
yeah. See, the thing is, when you have this object, right? Object parameter or like object parameter, then whatever values we pass on, those will be specific to only that particular object. They cannot be accessed. They will not be relevant to other objects. Okay.
No, no.
But
If these two
huh?
attributes belong to object, then what is the name of the object here? Like self dot name equal to
The name object will be defined later, right? See, here we have this here we have this sports one. The sports one is the name of the object.
okay.
Name of the object and BMW Maybach 2012 BMW 150 and all. They are the parameters that belong to sports one. Okay. They do not belong to sports car. Okay. They belong to sports one.
So we are passing these three attributes, like value of these three attributes here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. The classes part is okay. We'll solve that Antakshari problem.
One more, sir, so one question here, sir. Sir, like in the constructor, okay, we pass the number of variable, okay, whatever variables are there. In case if we don't pass any variable thing, so will it work? I mean, can we have a constructor without variable name also?
Yeah. That's like up to you, right? You can leave out all this and then like
I mean, it's a default constructors. Yeah, it's okay. We
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to
You can have some default values also. That's totally okay. You can have the default values. That's totally okay.
I mean, so can we have multiple constructors, sir, with one with the value and one without value?
That is allowed in C++. I'm not entirely sure whether that's like allowed in Python. Okay. Instead of that, what you can do is you're worried about whether the user will give the values or not, right? So you can just give out the default values. That is absolutely enough. Okay. So that itself takes care of the scenario where user will not give any arguments. Okay.
So actually,
So how do you give default values to a constructor in Python?
You just mentioned it here.
Okay, just like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like that. Okay.
Sir, I have doubt in the line number 15, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this we are taking the attributes name and year. Is it we are instructing to take only the 2 attributes of the parent class? Is it means if the parent have the more than like 4 or 5
then
attributes, so we are instructing only to take or importing 2 attributes only. Is it the meaning of it?
How many ever attributes we have parent class, that many ever attributes pass into super. In our particular scenario, we just have 2 attributes for parent class, name and year. That's why we are passing only those 2. If you have 100, we pass 100. Okay.
Okay. So we can only select only the 2 also, sir, like only the required number of attributes, or we need to take always be import how many the superclass has the attributes.
Yeah, how many ever the superclass requires, that many ever we should be passing, right?
Okay.
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 We cannot select few, sir, which we want.
What?
We cannot. We should select all classes in parent class, sir. We cannot specify them. We want only this that. We have a name, year, and cost in parent class. We cannot take only name and year, sir.
In that particular scenario, you should just mention. Like if you want to have some default values, you should mention the in the parent class itself, such that in case those particular parameters are not passed, in case those particular parameters are not passed, you'll have some default values which will take care of it.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Just like you did for functions, right? It's the same scenario here.
Okay.
Sir, I have a confusion in that normally we always use in init that self dot the parameter, means argument which we pass, right? But in sometimes also I noticed that directly we are taking, for example, in case of a calculator example, initially I was also taking the same thing. Then there is an argument is under that valid. Then I put all these that self dot a like that I have given. If it is valid is true. So when I should directly use and when I should use a self dot this.
Whenever you're referring to the parameter of the object, right? Then you should always have this self dot. Okay. If you're referring to the class attribute, then you just have that a or something. Okay.
Okay. And so yeah. And
like,
so regarding regarding that mock test, I would like to share one course. If you have time, then it will be helpful for me to understand where I have done mistake.
You want to share your code?
Yes, for question number 2.
Okay. So the Antakshar question also is from mock, right?
Yes, sir.
So are we going to have our mock for OPP2 also?
Yeah, we are going to have, but I guess that was already released.
What, sir?
That was already released, I suppose, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, which is already released in our portal, right? Like a mock
Yeah,
one, mock two. Yeah, that is the OPP, not for quiz two.
we do not have the pistol, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's
Where is the mock? I didn't find it under the practice test, programming test.
that is in the mock test and quizzes part.
Okay,
Sir,
that's
sir,
all.
sir, what about the final paper, sir? Like on 3rd April, do we have going to have the same the quiz like exam, or like we'll have same OPP thing there?
In the final exam, it's going to be the
Sir, I forgot to ask the syllabus of OPP two, sir.
it's going to be until week 11.
Week 11.
So
Week
I
11
had
also includes, sir.
Yeah,
Included, sir.
but the thing is, even if you are not seeing the week 11 content, that's going to be totally fine. Because
Yeah.
week 11, it's going to be all about lambdas and exception handling and all, which are not entirely required for you to solve the problems. Even if you did not have a look at it, you can still solve the problems. Okay,
What about pandas, sir? Week 10, 9, I think.
yeah, the pandas are not required actually.
Yeah.
The pandas are not required.
File handling will be
File
there, sir.
handling, that also, sir.
File handling and objective, no?
What?
File handling will be there. File handling.
File handling, you might expect like less number of questions from file handling.
For
Yeah,
OP,
that is it.
for OPE2, all modules, sir.
What? OP2?
Syllabus, sir.
What? OP2?
For OPE2, syllabus, sir, for the OPE2 exam.
Yeah, OP2, that's week 1 to week 11. Okay.
I think recursion will be more, sir, in OPV2.
1 to
it's
yeah,
not
week
like
8.
that. It's not like
For
that.
OP2, why the submission date is so early? Like a math and stat and all those
Yeah.
things are
Yeah, actually that's an error. That's an error. We just rectify that. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
But already you finalize the score for that. What people who are not attended it is absent.
The OPP marks you're talking about?
Yeah,
OPP mock
OPP
only.
marks.
OPP mark
Already
you're talking
finalized.
about, right? OPP to mock, right?
Yes.
The mock marks does not matter, right?
So I still didn't get the syllabus.
The marks which you get in the
Yeah.
that does not matter. Okay.
Okay. So I had a few
No.
questions.
Sir, I have doubt.
It is basically you are no. Can I really ask this question and leave?
Yeah.
Sir, I have doubt in practical assignment.
Let's
so the assignment scores are factored, no, in the final score.
Not the mock exam, sir. The graded assignments only.
Only the graded assignments affects the final score.
But it is like a makeup, right, sir? Makeup assignment, right?
Yeah.
Then some will score less, right, sir?
See, the mock is not a makeup exam or anything. They're just for your practice.
For Python only.
Yeah, for Python only.
Oh, okay, sir.
So
then
there's no issue if someone is having a reasonably good
there's no issue at all.
And not attending the mock.
Yeah, there is no issue at all.
So is it compulsory to do the catch-up assignments, or that the makeup assignments?
You don't have enough score. You got to do.
If I'm eligible, so I guess
If you're eligible for a final exam, you need not do the catch-up assignments. Okay.
Yeah.
One more thing. Okay. We'll just take a 5 minutes break. After that, we'll come back and we'll solve some problems. Okay, not the general questions. We'll solve some problems, some Python problems. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I have a small doubt in a practice assignment.
Yeah. We look at it. We look at it after 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I had a few questions.
Wait for 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Let's try to solve some questions. One student was asking about the Santakshari problem, right?
Yes, sir. I have doubt in a practice assignment.
The practice assignment?
Practice assignment 10 in a previous, some small logical doubt.
Week 10?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Week 10, which one? PPA 10?
No, practice assignment.
Okay, the practice assignment.
The common data for question number 6 to 9. Yes, sir.
Okay, this one?
Sir, common data. Yes, sir. This one. Line number 5.
Okay, is here line number 5?
Yes, sir. We are calling a function reduce, but a function is not defined yet. We have to we will define a function later.
No. For class that is totally okay. For class that is totally okay.
Okay, it means we can define.
Yeah, we can define it like that. We can define it like that.
I mean, we can call function before it defined.
Yeah.
So is it same for global functions too? Like,
No,
do we need to
that's
declare a
not-
prototype like we do in C++?
That's not same for global functions too. Like, see here, here this init and the reduce, they fall under the same class, right? But for the global functions, you cannot call the functions without you defining it. Okay.
So isn't there a way we could, like we do it in C++, we just, declare a prototype first and then we, define it at the end. So can't we just do anything like that here?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
So how do we do that?
See, you just define a for this particular class, it doesn't matter. But for the normal functions, no, you can just define it like you just leave that method like define func or something, and then like pass or something. You just mention something. Okay. Clear?
Oh, and then define it downstairs. I mean, define it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So I had a few more questions. So can in a class can a constructor be overloaded here in Python?
No, I do not think so.
So the constructor cannot be overloaded. Okay. So another thing. So in the inheritance part, when you called that super function, you said you wrote super dot init, and then you just wrote name comma year. So don't we need to call self here as well?
No. See, if you're calling for self, whenever you're mentioning self, that means that you're referring to that particular object. You should not mention self here because you might be referring to the same object of sports car. But what it actually refer to is the parent class, right? That takes care by the parent class, like. This is your question, right? Self name, self year. You're talking about that one.
Yes, sir. So like just in the line above that, so we have defined in it to be self, comma, name, comma, year, grand speed, right? So
yeah.
So when we are calling it, so we just we are
here
we're just omitting self.
This one you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No. For this it is not required. See, this is the init function of the parent class is already defined, right? There we have already mentioned self, so that itself is taken care. Okay. It is like it is like you're calling the sports car of BMW Maybach 2012 BMW. Here you won't mention self again, right? This is similar to that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay, sir.
So we'll be discussing mock questions also in this live session.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We will discuss some questions.
Can you discuss Antakshari question?
Where was that question?
Sir, that is
the mock 4.
Okay.
Sir, you told some problems will be discussed, right?
Yeah, so I was talking about these problems and whichever one you have doubts.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so we'll discuss the Antakshari problem. Consider sequence of words. A subsequence is a subset of consecutive words in sequence. For example, 1, 2 order real long type tree cool. Okay. The following are the subsequences 1, 2 order real long type. Okay. Okay. One and not do not form a subsequence because they are not like next to each other on something. 3 and 4 are valid subsequences. 3 and 4 are valid subsequences even if they have better relation. Subsequence is said to have Antakshari property if the last word of every word in subsequence is equal to the first letter of the next word. These are correct. Your task is to find the length of the longest subsequence with the Antakshari property. In the above sequence, longest subsequence with this property has length 4. Accept a sequence of comma separated words as input and print the length of the longest subsequence with the Antakshari property. Okay. We need not write the any function or something, right? No, we need not write any function. Okay. Okay, we'll try to solve for this. You're able to see the code?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's have it like first we need to
Question.
accept input. List equals to input dot split. Yeah, anyone has a question? Anyone has a doubt in the question?
So once you explain the question, sir, then
Okay.
what we should write logic of the
How we should be writing logic? Huh?
means a question, sir.
You want me to
What they
explain the
asked?
question?
Yeah, sir. What they want.
If you can
This is like
explain the logic before you start, it will be better, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what they were trying to say is accept a list of there is a list of sequence of words, okay, which are like separated by comma, and our goal is to find the longest subsequence which has the Antakshari property, right? The Antakshari property, I think most of you might be like aware of it, right?
Yeah.
Antakshari, right? You should be starting the next word, next word with the letter such with the last letter of the previous word, right?
Yeah, sir.
So we have this list of words now. We have this sequence, right? You can take up like any subsequence. When you talk about subsequence, those are the consecutive words. Okay, those consecutive words could be of like any length, and they could be starting from anywhere. Like in this particular scenario, 1, 2 order real, that is subsequence. Real long tight tree is a subsequence. Real long tight is a subsequence. Real long is a subsequence. Real is also a subsequence. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Yes, sir.
and real long tight tree cool lot trouble, that is also subsequence. Okay. So we have so many subsequences that are like possible, right? What they were asking is find the longest subsequence possible which has an Antakshari property, and they asked us to print the length of the longest subsequence. Right here, if you look at it, I think two we have like since 1 and 2 they do not have Antakshari property. I will omit
Yes, sir.
1. Okay. Next I have 2. After 2 I have order. Since next word started with O, there is an Antakshari property, right? The order
Yes, sir.
ended with R, and after that it started with real, right? So
Yeah.
that is also Antakshari property. So 2 order real, that has Antakshari property, and after real we have long, right? The real ended with L, and after that it started with long, right?
Yeah.
So 2 order real long, that has Antakshari property. Okay. So until now the longest subsequence is 4. Okay. Until now the longest subsequence is 4. Okay. And after that, after long, the long ended with G, but the next word started with
Yeah.
K, right?
Yeah,
So
sir.
the Antakshari property is broken there. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, sir.
now let's start from tight again. So from tight we have tree. Okay, tight
Yeah.
and tree. There is an Antakshari property. So the length is 2.
Yeah. Again broken, sir.
Yeah, again broken. After that we have cool or not.
Made
There is Antakshari property.
3.
We'll go again. Lot and trouble. There is Antakshari property. So we have cool, lot, trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
But the length of this is 3. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Already we found the longest subsequence with the Antakshari property as 4, right? So
Yeah.
so for this particular list, right, our answer is 4. Our answer of longest subsequence is 4. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Like without worrying about code, you understood like how to like how we got the answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now how do you solve it using programming?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's a good, right?
Yeah.
How do you solve it?
But you should take first index of every letter, ending letter, and starting of next index of starting letters, starting of the word. You should equal it, and you should count that the sequence, until it breaks, and we should cancel and we should keep aside. Again, we should start that recursion and we should again repeat that programs.
Yeah. You could do it in recursion or like without the recursion also you do it, right? Why do we need recursion here exactly? We do not need it. Like you could do it, I suppose, but
yeah,
we do not need it. So all you need to do is let's say like I start with word one. Okay, I start with word one. Okay, I will keep on adding. Like how many other words I have until and as long as I'm having the Antakshari property. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not, if like let me suppose like at some particular word the Antakshari property is not there. Okay, so what I will do is I'll break. Okay, I'll break my loop over there. And then until this point I'll be counting the I'll be counting the length of the Antakshari property. Okay. So what I'll have is I'll have a global variable which has the maximum length. Okay, maximum length. Okay, the maximum length. If my temporal length is greater than the maximum length, then I'll update my if my temporal length is greater than the maximum length, then I'll update the maximum length. Okay. If not, what I'll do is I'll forget about this and then like I'll move on to the next one. What I was talking about? No?
Understood, sir.
Okay, others, everyone understood? No? It's not clear? Okay, I think it's not clear. So what I'll do is I'll have this max length or something. Okay, max equals 0 initially. Okay, max equals 0, and then from the words 1, 2, order. Now what is real? I'm just having some random words. Okay, real, long, geography, or like geo. Okay, or Leo. Hello, something. Okay, these are the words. Okay. So what I'll do is each time I'll start from word 1. Next time I'll start from word 2, word 3, word 4, and so on. Okay. While I'm iterating over like each word, I'll have a temporary value. Temp equals 0 initially. Okay, temp equals 0. After let's say like I started with word 1, right? I will keep on like adding words to it and increase temp as long as I have the subsection property. Okay. If at all, if let's say like after some words I will not have the subsection property, right? If I do not have the transaction property, then I will break it. I will compare the temp value with respect to the maximum value. If the temp value is greater than the maximum value, then what that means is I found the maximum Antakshari value, right? Until that point. So I'll update the max value and then like I'll move on to the next word. Okay. I'll keep on repeating it until I reach the end of the loop. More clear what I was talking about? No? I'll do it like using board, then that might be like even more clear for you. Okay. This is clear, right? I just split the input. Okay. I'll have like global max or something. Just have it like max length. Okay. Max length equals 0. Okay. And then for I in range of length of L. Okay. I'll have temp equals 0. I was talking about this temporary Antakshari length, right? There is this temporary Antakshari length, and then we have the global maximum Antakshari, right? Length, right? Okay. So now I'll have for j in range of, okay, I'll start from I plus 1 to I plus 1 to length of L. Okay. I plus 1 to length of L. If no, it is like this one. For chain range of I to length of L. Okay. Okay. If temp not temp, if L of j. Okay.
So what is temp here?
A temp it just calculates local antakshar length. Local antakshar length. Okay. It just captures the local antakshar length.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We have this L of j, right? L of j is this. If I have it like L, I mention it as words so that it will be clear. Okay. Words. Okay, words of j of 0, not 0, the last word, okay, right? The last word of j, it should be equal to the
First word.
j plus 1th word starting letter, right?
Zero.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Only if this particular thing holds true, then only I can increase my local antakshar length, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just need to increase it. Else what should I do? I should break out of the loop because my antakshari property was not there. Okay, that means that I'm done with this. I'm done with that particular sequence itself. Okay, so I should break out of the loop. Correct. Correct.
Line number 44, why minus 1 is there? 44. Line number 44, why minus 1 is there?
This one?
Yes.
Here we have this GF plus 1, right? If I have it as like length of words only, here what will happen is we will count for like one extra, like
it will throw an index out of range error.
Yeah, index out of range. Let's see about that particular thing.
How, sir? Can you please explain like how it will throw index out of range?
Okay. So let's assume that my words has 3. Okay, three. It's just A, B, C. Okay, we have A, we have B, and then we have C. Right? What is the length of words? It is 3, right?
3.
Length of words is 3, right? For j in range of I of length of words, it will be so basically j will take the values of, let's assume I equals 0. Let's assume I equals 0. So j will take 0, 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
J will take 0, 1, 2. So as long as we are only calling for words of 0, words of 1, words of 2, it won't throw index error. But for the last case of j, it will when j equals to 2, it will check for words of 3. 2 plus 1, 3. It will ask for words of 3. But we do not have the 4th element there. So it will throw index out of range.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we do one slight change over here? Instead of
you could do it like 1 comma, you could do it like 1 comma this one. And
no, sir. Sir, I'm saying, sir, instead of telling the length of the maximum sequence, can't we print that particular sequence, sir? So it will be very useful. Okay, what are the maximum length has come? I mean, the maximum sequence. Okay.
Yeah. So in the else part, you can just do that. You could just do it like L of I to J. You could do it. So not L of words of I to not J, but J plus 1, because it did not include the last one, right? Okay. Here we will know the antakshari order. Like whatever we are having the antakshari order now, that will print. Okay. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes.
Can you repeat once more, sir?
See here, whenever this antakshari property was not there, right? Whenever we are not coming across this antakshari property, that means that until before that word we have the antakshari property, right? So from I to J, from I to until that value of J, we have antakshari property. No, you didn't get what I was saying.
So what is this print words I to j plus 1? I colon j plus 1.
The overall length of the given input.
No, the overall length of the existing Antakshari property length.
So while in the else statement we are printing this thing, sir.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Just wait. What do we have here? We have 1, 2 order or trouble, right? Let's assume words equals to that one. Okay. We have 1, 2 order real long tight tree, 2 lot trouble. Okay. So initial I equals 0. Initial I equals 0, right?
Yes, sir.
For j in range of 0 to length of words, if words of j of 0 is equals to words of j plus 1 of 0, then 10 plus equals to 1. So for one, it will initially j will also start from 0, right? So basically, it will check for the last letter of 1, and then it will check for the starting letter of t. It will check for the starting letter of t, right?
Yes.
This condition did not hold true. So it will go to the else part. So basically, it will just print. It will just print that I to j1. So basically, it should just print this one value.
So basically, the Antakshari part of the narrative is clear, but the opening paragraph is not clear. Why are we breaking into 3 groups? 4 groups?
Why are you breaking into 4 groups? Huh?
Like 1 is 1 to order, 2 is real long and tight and 3 is cool and 4 is separate. What is the paragraph is really telling? The first paragraph, first 3 lines, what is it is conveying?
This one.
Yeah.
These 3 lines.
Yeah, because Antakshari part of the things are clear, but this early part of the narrative is not clear.
Here we'll have words. See, initially the input will be of 1 to order real long tight tree cool lot trouble, right? I should convert that entire string into list, right? So I'm just splitting that one single entire string where it has a list of words separated by comma. I'm just converting that string to a list based on the separator comma. Okay.
And what is the next line is telling 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Which one? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where is it?
The following are subsequences. One
for I in range
there are 4 subsequences are there, no?
What for subsequences?
These are examples, I suppose.
This one you're talking about 1, 2 order real and all.
Yeah.
That is just an example. That is just an example of input.
Where are we using that one?
I
mean,
see,
that thinking is not
asked
the code, no?
That is not the inside the code. I just copied it here just to explain a student's doubt here. Okay, that's like you just removed also. Okay.
I mean, the real narrative is very clear in the last paragraph of that one. Its problem is clear. I still don't understand the purpose of the early part of the narratives. Like if you see, for example, okay, if you are telling, for example, last paragraph, that itself is sufficient for the coding what we are doing now.
What last paragraph?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You could just look for the
fifth line from the bottom. 5th line from the bottom.
46.
No, I'm not talking about the code. I'm talking about the problem statement.
Okay. Sorry. Until now, I did not share my screen. Okay, like until now, I did not share my code. I thought you were referring to this.
No. I'm referring to the problem statement. Front page.
Sorry. Until now, I thought that I'm sharing my screen, my code screen. Okay. This code we have like any doubt until now?
So in the print statement, so why are we printing this thing? We have to count these.
Yeah, one student, we are counting it. We are counting it here. Okay, we are counting it here. We are counting it here. One student asked for like, he just wants to see that Antakshari order. That's why I'm printing it. We need not print it. Okay, we need not print it. Okay, we need not print it. Okay.
So like in the line number 44, we are checking for the condition of Antakshari, and we are appending this one to the temp value. And so what like if we are getting the temp value, why we are going to the else part and printing it in this way?
Like once I went to the else part, right? Once I went to else part, that means that until that point I have the Antakshari property, right? So until that point I have that sequence, right? Until that point I have the Antakshari sequence, right? So what I'll do is I'll print from the I until j, but until j it has the Antakshari property now. Only for j+1 it doesn't have the Antakshari property, right?
So for suppose the question was there one trouble or 1, 2 or order. So sir, 1 and 2, the property doesn't satisfy the Antakshari property here. So we are going to the else part, and we are printing words from I to j+1.
We'll print only one. Let me just execute this and then let me show you. Okay.
Okay.
For now, you're only worried about this part, right?
Yes, sir.
Part, okay. Let me just comment it. Okay. This part is clear, right? The temp part is clear, right? The break part is also clear, right? For you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what I'll do is, we'll just check for like if max run is less than 10, then max run equals to temp. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. You can just print max run. Okay, my code is done. Okay, we'll execute this. Please ask me for input. Okay, I'm just giving the same input 1, 2 order here and all. Okay. We got this index error because of this -1.
Yeah, -1, yes.
Yeah. I was explaining it and I forgot them. Okay, I got 3. Okay, initially temp should be equal to 1 because the first word also should be counted, right? Okay, the first word also should be counted. So
but it is like 0 value is 0, right, sir? Word value.
Like see, the word value. Let's say like when we have this for j in range of I to length of words -1, right? It will the word like the temp will increase. The temp will increase when it finds at least one Antakshari word, right? Like at least two common, like we have this.
We do have to print the words also.
No, we need not print the words. We need not print the words.
Okay. Only the maximum sequence. Maximum Antakshari sequence.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The first word, the one word itself, that also will be counted. So initially we should start at temp equals to 1. I'll explain it why. Because through this I'll explain why. Okay. By printing words of I to j+1. Okay. Now let me just do this. I'm just running 3.
Sir, I did not understand how, if max length is less than temp, then max length is equal to temp.
Yeah. Because let's say like the temporary whatever Antakshari is subsequent length, right? Which you got until now, if that is greater than the existing maximum, then the maximum should be updated now. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So
why we initialize temp to 1?
Huh?
Why we have
First word
initialized?
will be included.
Because the first word will be included, right? Like,
but the real answer is 5, sir. Why it is 4?
No, the real answer is 4 only. It's not 5.
No, it's no 5. No.
No, it's 4, right?
Order real now.
You have 2 order real
Type.
now. That's it. No,
No.
type is not there.
Why? Oh, type is not there.
So why the first word is included here? Can you just elaborate this thing? Line number 44, I think. 43.
Why temp equals to 1 is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why we are taking the first letter, first word?
Okay. Let me explain. So we have this. See, whenever word of j of -1 equals word of j plus 1 of 0, then only temp plus will be updated as 1, right? So
Yes,
when we take 2 on order, initially when word equals 2, the temp will be 0 only, right? When we have 2 on order, then only temp will become as 1. Like initially if we just took temp as 0, right? When we have 2 on order, then the temp will become 1. When we go to real, the temp will become 3. Sorry, the temp will become 2, and when we go to long, the temp will become 3, right? But the actual thing is we did not count the 2 here. That's why we got 3. But the actual length is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sir. Nice.
But suppose if you're not finding any word, then temp will remain as 1, no?
Yeah. So at least one word will be counted, right? So the no value is possibly is like 1 only.
So why this tree is coming?
Why the tree?
So
Actually,
in the
yeah.
console.
That's what I'm trying to see. Friend.
Is it necessary to have all those words in sequence?
Which one?
Like
sequence in the sense
this,
like this one?
all the yes.
See, that
Or
depends on
else
the question.
any
That's the question,
word
right?
we can take.
You should be counting the
That
sequence.
depends on the question.
You don't need it all.
Because if it is not mentioned, we can take tight word first, then we can further continue this 4 sequence. So I guess then the length.
No, even with tight, it is only 4. It's coming.
I didn't get what's the question there.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, if the sequence, if the the order of the sequence is not mentioned, then the sequence can be tight, then 2 order real long. I guess that can be
The
the
sequence
sequence.
is like if you're not worrying about the sequence, then that becomes like too difficult problem. Okay.
Okay.
Too difficult problem for us to do.
So we have to go order wise, like the first word.
Yeah, we are going order wise, right? We are like going for like j plus 1, and like we are incrementing it.
So this J will be the word, like words, the first word, the second word, according to the list. The J is.
Yeah. The J will be the first word, second word, and so on. No? We'll just move from order, right?
Okay.
Sir, how 3 is printing, sir, in
And
output?
if the consecutive words are not in sequence, it will break down.
Yeah. If it is not following the Antakshar property, then it should break down.
Okay. So, yeah, it's clear. Sir. Thank you.
I'm still not getting like why it is
The word, sir.
Let me just.
Sir, the word tree is printing, sir. How, sir?
Yeah. I'm just seeing that out.
So are you taking here subsequence as the sequence itself? The sequence itself is a subsequence here?
Yeah, the sequence until that point, that is subsequent.
No, so in the console, you have taken the subsequence. You have written the subsequence, and subsequence is same as the sequence which we were given. So are you taking both the things same?
Subsequence and sequence, we are talking about only the subsequence only, right? What do you mean by sequence here?
So I mean, we were given the sequence in the question. This 1, 2 order, loop up to the.
The sequence is the entire list of words, right? The subsequence is like any small chunks of combinations, right?
No, so in the terminal you have written this 1, 2 order. If you can go through the terminal, if you can scroll there. Yeah. So you are taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are taking here 1, 2 trouble, which is itself a sequence. You are taking here this thing as a sequence or as a subsequence.
This entire thing is a sequence. Whatever we are giving input, that is a sequence. That is an input.
Okay, we are using sequence as input.
Yeah, the sequence only should be given as input, right? But sequence is the Antakshari property, right?
J is subsequence in your.
So in the test cases, the subsequence were given as input.
Okay. Now it's working out. Yeah, now it's working out. Okay.
What you done, sir?
I didn't do anything. I did not change
Before it was printing only 3, sir. Now it was
yeah,
being complete, right?
I did not change a single thing. Okay, see, the thing is, it just found out this error. Initially there was this error, right? It just found out that error and then it broke. Okay. After that, I did not execute this. That's why the problem was there. Okay. So here you could see we have this. Here I was talking about this Antakshari. No, Antakshari is the longest one that is possible. For one, it is only the single one because the second one is 2. There is no Antakshari there. For two, there is an Antakshari. 2 is there, order is there, real is there, long is there. Until long, we have the Antakshari property. For order, we have order, real, long. Okay. Until long, we have Antakshari. For real, we have like real, long. Okay. For long, only that word is there because after that we have tight. Okay. For tight we have this tight and tree. Okay. But for tree we do not have anything. Okay. We just have this cool. And after that still grow for it. Should have gone for the other ones. Should I check for the next values? We did not print the later ones. We did not check for cool, lot, and trouble.
Last 3 words.
Yeah. Still it was not working properly. Wait. Okay, the list is okay. The list is 1, 2 order real long lateral column. Okay, that is okay.
But it is not loading, sir.
What is not loading?
Means the last 3 words was not reading by the.
The last 3 words are not loaded.
3 words are not passing through the first compliances. No, so how do you expect that to be printed?
I think in line number 46 only we should do something, sir. Taking 45. See, yeah. There only we are inputting the words, right, sir, into the code. Something error is going there
Okay.
only.
So what I'll do is I'll just print I here, okay? I'll print I here, okay? For now,
Print J after, sir, print J after J of 46 lines, sir. After 46 line, print J, sir.
Okay.
Let's see what it was taking.
If you're going to print J here, it's going to print like so many times. Let me not do this for now, but we'll do it later.
Yeah.
It's going for I equals 9. So the thing is, yeah, this is executing. This was executing, but this was not executing. Okay. The first for loop was working because we have this I7, I8, 9 also. Let's shift for this second one. The second one is also working.
Sir, is if statement is, I don't know, 53 line,
Yeah.
53rd line. Is this increasing temp value on something when it goes less?
What? If it?
I mean, 53rd line doing any error, sir? If that only making.
No, the 53rd line, it doesn't matter actually. You could just leave it out. Okay. It still does the
So
same.
in the else statement, why are we
Once you run it,
printing
sir.
these?
Once you run it, sir. No.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
So still it's not printing that after 3. See?
So can you tell me in the print statement, in the else statement, why are we printing this words I to j plus 1?
Because until j we have this Antakshara property, right? At j plus 1 the Antakshara property is broken.
So it may not happen also, no? Like in our question, if you can go to the terminal.
Okay.
So in the terminal.
Yeah, here you're talking about this.
No.
Oh, okay.
So in the terminal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So here 1 and 2 both are not following the Antakshari property, and 2 in order of following the Antakshari property, and then the Antakshari property follows up to like this long.
Long, yeah.
Okay.
So
and then in the tight,
that was shown
it's
right?
not following.
That see, we have printed one here, and then we have printed 2 order long, real long until that Antakshara property was there. For order also we have done the same thing.
But sir, tight is not following the properties. But sir, this doesn't mean that all the words before tight are following the properties of Antakshari, because first and second are not following.
Right. See, we do not care about the words before. No, we care only from I to j plus 1. Right.
So why I to j plus 1? I'm not understanding it.
Because we are checking from I to j plus 1 only, no? Only if it is following it only, like only if it is following the Antakshara property only, we are incrementing it. If it is not following the Antakshara property, we are just coming out of it and then like breaking it, right? Printing and then like breaking out of the loop, no?
So the print. Why are we printing this thing? I'm not understanding.
We are printing it because from the words of I to the words of j, we have the Antakshara property. See, if you look at the loop here, the j value started from I, right?
Yeah.
The j value started from I. The loop will continue. The loop will continue as long as we have the Antakshara property, right? The loop will break. The loop will break once the Antakshara property was not found, right? Right. So just before breaking, since I know from I to j plus 1, from I to j plus 1, I have the Antakshara property. So I'm printing all those words.
So one thing here. So if we are taking the example 1 and 2, the first word and the second word, like 1 and 2 are not following the Antakshari property. So once we are executing through the word 1 and 2, we are checking for both of the things. We are not going to the if block, and we are jumping to the else block.
Yeah.
So this doesn't mean that initially before this 1 and 2, the Antakshari property was followed.
We do not care about before 1 and 2. No? Before 1 and 2, before 1 there is not even like single word, right?
So you are saying like I to J, the property is following.
Yeah, the I starts from 1. The I starts from 1.
Yeah.
In this particular case, the I starts from 1. For the next scenario, the I starts with 2. Okay, for the later case, the I starts with order. The I value keeps on getting incremented, right?
Okay, I is changing. So
yeah,
like I understood this thing, but so but so this printing statement, why are we printing it? This thing also remains a problem till now. I understood this why I is changing. I understood that part.
The printing part, why that words of I to J plus 1, that's creating a problem.
Yes, sir.
I'm still not sure like why that is creating a problem.
We have to count the word. We have to count the maximum length words, which is following the Antakshari property. Then why are we printing this thing? I didn't understand.
Why are you printing it? I'm just printing it just for you to understand. This
Sir,
it is not.
Sir, may I ask one question?
Yeah.
Sir, first initially we discussed the original problem in which we have to count the maximum length of the subsequences, and now we are discussing how to print the sequence which has maximum length.
No, we are not just talking about the maximum length. We are just talking about printing all the sequence of Santakshari. That's it.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. So, my question is, one is how to print the maximum sequence which has from this which has Antakshari property.
That's that is easy, right? All you need to do.
Sir, one more question. Sir, suppose the question is again modified like this: we have to print a list of subsequences in the given sequence. Then how we will do that?
You just need to print the list of subsequences. That's it.
Yes, sir. List of subsequences which are following the property of Antakshari, like 2 order real long. Yeah, that will be
what
one
we are
sequence.
doing until now is the same thing. What we are doing until now is we are printing the subsequences with the Antakshari property only. We have one like since an export is not having the Antakshari property, we have printed only that one word. And but for 2 order real long, that is one Antakshari subsequence.
Sir, I understood. Sir, I understood this. Just I want to know that if the question is to just print the list of subsequences in the given sequence, then how will print in one line? Because in here I think
all you need to do is like you just need to comment the others and then you need to print it, right? Or you can just append this list of words to another list and then like you can do that list and print it. We can do it. That's not a big problem, I suppose. You could just try that for yourself. You could do it.
Okay, sir, fine.
Okay. See, so just talking about how can you print only that one now? I'll just show it also. Okay, so these are the list of subsequences, okay? Which are the Antakshari property. I have printed all of them. Okay, but after there's something that's going on here, which I'm not entirely sure. Chain range of 5 to length of words -1.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, when we start from cool, then we will never enter in else. That's why the sequences are not printing.
Yeah, right, correct. Yeah, you are true. Yeah. So what we should do is in that particular scenario. Okay, we should put a else here. And then okay. Yeah. So basically, what I said is correct. So that basically means we could have missed out some opportunity where where the last Antakshari subsequence that could have occurred at the end, right? That could have occurred at the end, right? So we should have the else part here. We are having else for for loop. We are having else for loop. This else will get executed only if the break is not executed, right? Okay, clear? And then we print the words of V2J, J plus 1. Yeah, now it's flow code, I guess. Yeah, thanks. We just like thinking about that for a long time. How this will work? This should work. Yeah, now it works.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, fine.
Can you please explain the last format you did it, sir? When the cool is not working, then you started returning on that one, no?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is we are checking for this. We are going for the else part, right? We are going for the else part only when we have this. Only when this condition is not satisfied, only we are going for else part, and then like we are breaking, right, and then we are printing. Okay.
There is an outer else. Where is that is corresponding to?
Yeah, this is corresponding. Yeah, this corresponding to a case where this break statement is not executed. It has broken out because
No. In the structure itself, this else part should really tie back to one of the par, no?
No. This else is tied back to this for loop. Yeah. This else is tied.
Inner else is
which inner else? This one. Yeah. This
inner else is if else, huh?
Yeah. If else.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear.
So the outer else is for else. Okay. Okay. But still, I'm not able to understand. It does not keep going in. It only moves two words. No? Cool, lot, trouble. That's all. No, one. After nothing happens. No?
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. Sorry, your voice is breaking.
What was the question he asked at the time? What was the question? Cool. When we start with the cool, what will happen?
When you start with the code, huh?
Cool. And actually, what I understood is if we start with the word cool, Andakshari will go on looping.
Yeah. So since this else part is
that's not true.
Before this cool or trouble, that was that did not get print because there is no scenario. There is no scenario where this Antakshari property got broken, right? We just printing it only the Antakshari property is not satisfied. But for cool or trouble, the Antakshari property is satisfied. Okay, that's why we are not able to print it previously.
Okay. The second else was really addressing that one.
Yeah.
Why the results terminal. Yeah. Okay. That's why the terminal does not. It didn't show that one. Okay. Right, thank you.
The last
because of that J+1 part, it was not showing. This whole thing. Just because that J+1 is.
No, not because of J+1. That cool or trouble, it was not printing because this words of J minus 1 equals to words of J plus 1 equals to 0, right? That was true until the last case. And until the last case. This else part did not execute at all.
Okay.
For the trouble, right? The Antakshari property was there until the end. That's why the else part did not get executed. This else part. Okay. Clear?
Sir, the last subsequence should be cool, lot, and trouble also, but it is not printing, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I just made a change for that. execute again.
Sir, the last sequence.
Yeah, I got it. This was there.
Yeah, is there?
Now I made that particular change. So yeah.
By keeping else statement out of the loop.
Yeah, and so I just removed the j plus one because when we ran this else part, that means that we have reached the end of the list, right?
Yeah,
We have
sir.
reached the end of the list now. So I need not even have that part, the end part. So
If we keep j plus one, it will give error, right, sir?
No, it is not printing the last one. It is not printing the last one. So it was only printing full or not.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's why I removed that. Okay.
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
can I
Sir, can we
ask?
have this code in chat box, sir, once?
Yeah, sure.
For reference.
Sir, I have not understood.
Which part? You did not understand?
Sir, in the given sequence, first word is one, and then the word is two. So
Yeah.
there also the sequence, Antakshari sequence is not followed.
Yeah, that's a video.
And so yes, so but in the earlier code, it printed those list first one, then starting from two. Then why did it haven't followed when we reached up to tight? What's the difference? Because in the earlier part it followed 1 to 2 Antakshari sequence was not there. So because of break, then it started with 2. It printed the words as well. Then why not when we reach to tree?
Why not when we reach a tree? When we reach tree, when we reach tree, it has printed tree. Okay, it has printed tree. But what happened was from cool onwards, the Antakshari property existed until the end. Until the end, basically this else part did not get executed. Since the else part did not get executed, right? We are not printing that particular sequence. Okay. Similarly for lot and trouble also, the Antakshari property was there until the end. For trouble also, the Antakshari property was there until the end. That's why we did not print. Okay.
Sir, I have small doubt in line number 46. Why can't we take len of words only? Why take minus len of words?
Len of words
It's out of range.
because this words of j plus one that will throw index of range error, like index out of range error. I explained this previously, like in this session only. One student has asked for this. I explained that. Okay.
So regarding OPP 2 means mock test 2 question number.
What?
Regarding the mock test 2 question number 2. Can you shall I share my code in the chat box so that you can?
Yeah. So we'll just solve this one for one and we'll end the session. Okay.
Sir, for completion's sake, can you read this problem again? Because we finished the code and
Antakshari problem.
Yeah, Antakshari problem.
We can do one thing in this problem that like we create a list of all those sequences separately, and then like we can compare also and we can print that list also. This is a good idea.
Yeah, you can do that also.
Okay. So I have shared my code in the chat box. Sir.
Okay. So the Antakshari, you want me to read the problem statement again, right? So basically what they're saying is you are given a sequence of words which is separated by comma. They are asking you to find the longest subsequence which has Antakshari property. Okay, a subsequence is a consecutive collection of words. Okay, from the list. Okay, the subsequence could be the entire sequence also.
Okay. Here only I had the doubt. See, in the subsequence, no, after order, real is also part of the first subsequence, no? Real
after order.
Because my understanding is until we break the Antakshari, the substring will continue. The substring will continue. Am I understand? My understanding is correct?
Right. Yeah.
That is the case means 1, 2 order, and real is also part of the first substring, no?
See,
And long is also part of
1 and 2, we do not have Antakshari, right? One ended with E.
1 and 2 we do not have. 1 and 2 we do not have, right?
But 2 order real long we have. That was that we have printed.
Yeah, but here just next line you are not telling that subsequences. It is telling differently, no? 1 should be the first.
You're talking about the subsequences.
1 and 2 are.
See the following the subsequences you are talking about from the problem statement, right?
Yeah.
So see the
Yes,
problem statement they just give some random subsequence example only. Just to explain like what do you mean by subsequences, they just explain like they just give some example of subsequences, and they also give the example which is not a subsequence. 1 and lot is not a subsequence. Does not form a subsequence as far as this problem is concerned. Okay. Clear?
If it is like this, I will get stuck up in the third line itself. That's what I am afraid of. In fact, it is better not to give that one. It will not give any misleading understanding. In fact, that's creating more confusion than clarity.
You want me to remove this, huh?
Yes. It doesn't serve any purpose.
It serves a purpose of like depending what subsequence is, right?
Yeah, but that is not the real subsequence. No?
See, 1 to order is a subsequence because 1 to order is subsequence here. Similarly, real long tight tree, that is subsequence. Okay, cool is a subsequence. And 1 2 order real, the entire thing is all subsequence, no? Okay, maybe with this particular question, it could have caused doubt to you. Okay.
Okay. All right, sir.
So, Mukerji, you're talking about mock problems, right?
Yes, sir.
Write a function and these functions attach to the arguments, domain and list of integers, codomain, list of integers, function dictionary, where both keys and values are integers. The function should return true if all the three conditions in below. Okay, this we could only try to solve if we have this. If we do not, we cannot test it easily. That's a problem with this.
Okay, but I have pasted my code, so can you see?
I saw your code.
Initially, it is telling that 2 out of 3 run, but the answer overall is wrong, like that it is showing. But test cases are passing, but somehow.
Yeah, okay. So define each function, domain, codomain, fun is a dictionary, right?
Yes, sir. So what I did is I split the dictionary as per the keys. I made it into a list, and another is values as a list. And then I compare with A, which I kept as a domain. It is also a list of integers.
Okay. I'll just have a look at it and then I explain. Okay. A equals to domain, B equals to codomain, C equals to fun. Okay. T equals C dot keys, C dot values. Okay. Count equals 0, CTN equals 0. What is the CTN? Okay, but let it be. Flag equals to false.
Count also similar like that.
Okay. Trend equals to false for I and range of length of T. Length of T. Okay. Length of T is if A of I in D. A of I in the domain. Okay, if we have I in the domain, then count plus equals to 1. If count equals to length of D, then flag equals to true. Okay, else flag equals to false. All right. Find range of length of E. Find range of length of E values. If P of phi in E. What is a domain?
Domain is A, sir.
Okay. I'm asking from the
The code.
question perspective.
Okay. Means the keys will be the domain. It will be the same value should be in domain, and the value should be in codomain.
Wait, each element in a domain is a key in a function, right? Okay. Okay, so basically you're checking for initial domain, right? If A of phi in D, A is a domain. A of phi in D, okay. If A of phi in D, okay, this is fine. Okay. Okay. If we find range of length of B of phi in E, codomain of phi, okay, in E in the values, okay, okay, trend equals to true, all right, else trend equals to false. If flag equals to true and trend equals to true, return true, else return false. I think you missed out like one of the conditions.
What's that?
Yeah, I think you missed one other condition. Every element in domain is a key function. You check that every key in a function is a element in domain. Every key in an element is a element in domain. Okay, the value corresponds to every key.
But sir, reverse is always true, na sir? Because if I check is a two list, if I compare two lists, the first element means all these are present in this. Then the reverse I need to again check.
Yeah, okay. The value corresponding to every key in one is an element in codomain. If one of these conditions is not satisfied, then the function should return true. How many conditions have checked? But check for only two conditions, right?
No, it is telling three condition, but since I split it into a list, so for me it is two condition is happening. One is I'm comparing two lists for the domain, another is for the codomain.
See, wait. You check for every element in a domain is a key in a function. You checked it completely. Okay. You what you have done is you have done like for I in range of length of D is a. Why are you doing it like the opposite? You could have done it like this way, right? See what could happen is if count equals to length of D you did right. Instead of length of D, what you should do is you should check for length of A.
Okay.
Okay, you check for length of A because obviously what could happen is let's say the domain has 101 values. The domain has 101 values, and the number of keys is and the number of keys is 100. Okay, but whatever 100 keys I have, all those 100 keys could be there in domain. Okay, but it has one extra value which is not there in the dictionary, right? Then it won't be a valid function, no? Okay. Right. So if count equals to length of A, you do that part, and here also count here length of E. What is E here? E is a zero values, and then here also you should do the opposite. Length of B you should do. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, then I think you'll be able to pass all the discussions.
Logic is okay, right, sir?
Yeah, logic is almost okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, at last, can you have that last code also, sir? In chart. In chart, I mean, last discuss Mark 2 code.
Okay. This was not done by Magic. This was done by.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
And like there could still be some errors here. Okay. but I'm still pasting.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So thanks everyone. Okay, we'll meet in the
Thank
next week live session where we will do the revision for OPP2. Okay.
yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Then what about week 11, sir?
Week
The
11
actual
also,
change.
week 11 also we'll discuss. Yeah, week 11
Yeah.
we'll try to cover it in one session. Okay.
Yeah. Sir.
Yeah. But week 11 it should be okay. That's not too
Yeah.
difficult.
Much important. Yeah. Yes. Sir.
Yeah. Yeah. And it will help you to solve quickly, but it's not very important, I would say. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Take your time, Remy.